we'll move back in the timeline to the close-up of the face and take a look at this clip. Here inside of the composite, we can see that there's a white edge on either side of the green screen. By toggling the transparency grid, we can see that the white edges aren't transparent. Instead, they're fully opaque. We're just seeing white in the RGB image. If we go to the Effects pull-down and apply Key Light one more time, we can navigate down to the bottom and see the word Source Crops. By opening this up, we can see that Key Light gives us the ability to crop the source material. Here, the X method and the Y method describe how the X value and Y value are going to change our crop. By moving the left or the right, we'll change our X method. Here we'll change the number for left to a value greater than 0. And as we move this in, we can see that the image has been cropped. However, if we toggle the transparency grid again, we can see it has been cropped, but it's been cropped to black and not transparent. That's because our edge color alpha value is set at 100%. If we change this value from 100 to 0, now we can see that the crop has been made 7% into the image and that value has been made transparent. We'll change the value for left even further by just clicking and dragging. Here under the X method, we can see that not only do we have the ability to change the color, but we can change it to repeat as well. By changing it to repeat, we're repeating each one of those pixels along the edge of our left crop. What's interesting about this effect is that as our source video moves, all of the pixels along this edge of our crop are going to move as well. And as they move, the image for those repeated pixels will change. We'll modify the left down a little bit so we can see a little more of his face. Now we can change the X method one more time. Rather than repeating it, we can reflect the pixels, which will create a symmetry along the value described by our crop. So here we've got a left value of 36, and as we move it, the symmetry changes. We can also change to the right to create another symmetrical view on the right side of our cropped image. Our top and bottom have been set to color only, and because our color is set to 0, we are getting simply a transparent image for both the bottom and the top crops inside of Key Light. However, we can also change our Y method to repeat or to reflect. By modifying these values, we can get more of a kaleidoscopic effect rather than just using the source crops to crop the image down to a smaller area. I'll change this value and take a look at the very last option under the X method, which is wrap. What wrap does is move those pixels around the outside of our cropped areas to continue them over and over. Rather than reflecting, wrap tiles the images from one crop area to the next. And of course, we can animate all of our crop marks during the course of our animation.